My name's Warren Coco. I'm 63 years old. I'm owner of Go Devil Manufacturers. We build boats and motors and run in the marsh, shallow water, swamp. Started doing this in South Louisiana 41 years ago. I've lived here all my life in Baton Rouge, and I've hunted mostly in South Louisiana, on the coasts. I've seen a lot of trees die at Manshack and down at Maurepas. I've seen a lot of land loss at Passaloo and the mouth of the river, where I used to, one of my favorite places to fish bass is 300 yards out in the Gulf right now. That's gone. The storms have washed it back, and it washed way back. Katrina did the majority of that damage, but every time we have a storm, we keep losing, we keep losing, we keep losing. The diversion is going to decrease those salinities and maybe help get trees to grow and sustain what we have. We don't need more open water, we need more solid marshland. And what that's going to do is help sustain the land we have, and it's going to help reduce the storm surge, plus it's habitat for wildlife, it's habitat for fish, it's habitat for everything. A lot of people don't understand the estuary is where the shrimp and the crabs and the fish grow. Our fishery here is so much bigger and better than Florida because of the river system. They don't have the Mississippi River. That's why we have the best fishing in the world, because the estuary is so big. Crabs and shrimp don't raise as well in pure seawater like they do in brackish water. Brackish water is where everything starts, and that's where everything comes from. That's where the shrimp breed and grow. That's where the crabs breed and grow. That's where the fish breed and grow. And it's the more estuary you have, the more fishery you're gonna have. Storm surge is gonna be number one. I mean, right here where we're at in this office, I am 5 feet off the ground. We had 4 feet of water here due to the last flood. Now, that storm surge didn't get us. It was rainwater from above, but it was from a hurricane that came with no wind. And if we'd have had a storm surge at the same time, that would have been 2 foot deep in this office. It would have been that much higher. Need to get behind it and talk to the legislators, and if there's any votes come up, they need to vote for this. They need to make it happen. There's going to be opposition. Everybody, a lot of people look at this thing and they're looking like this. They need to be looking like this. They need to look at the big picture, not just their little spot. Okay, and that's, that's the whole deal. Like the oyster fishermen are wanting to fight this, and I can understand that. That's a livelihood. But a lot of them are fishing oysters by their grandfather's trap. And where they're catching oysters now, there won't be any oysters in 20 years if we don't do something, because the Gulf is encroaching. It's getting further and further. It's pushing further and further back. And just what happens when you do projects like this, things move. You have to move. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's going to affect some people in negative ways, but I think the positive effect is going to be better for the whole state. The coast of Louisiana is a very, very important resource for the state of Louisiana. And it's everything from alligators to alligator eggs to fishing to hunting to trapping to oil exploration. The coast is just a gold mine for the state of Louisiana.